Onnit just added the coconut belt to Bee Swarm Simulator, so in this video, not only will I be buying it, but I'll also be explaining to you guys if it's actually worth it, and if you should buy it as well. This coconut belt has a really cool passive ability, so I suggest you stick till the end. So without any further ado, here we go. Alright, so starting off, let's walk into the coconut cave, and oh my gosh, look, there it is, all in its glory. We have waited so long for this, and it's just here now. Now, it's 500 coconuts, 1,500 tropical drinks, 200 purple potions, 200 hard wax, 3 refreshing vials, and 3 turpentines, not to mention 7.5 trillion honey. This thing is no joke. Now, of course, in order to buy it, I actually need to quickly craft 200 purple potions. So let's just quickly fly up to the blender over here. I might regret this, but it's worth it for the content. Boom, plus 200 purple potions. It's as easy as that. Now, when it comes to actually being worth buying or not, it's up to where you are in the game. Now, obviously, this thing is like gummy baller level expensive. Not completely, just a little bit below, but like you should be getting this right before you buy your end game collector. So, first of all, if you do have your end game collector, I would say it's most definitely worth it to buy this. But I will say, I don't think this is worth buying instead of an end game collector. So, if you don't have the Tide Popper or Dark Scythe or Gummy Baller yet, I would say save up for your respective collector and then buy this, just because the 3 turpentines is definitely going to set you behind on the Gummy Baller, and everything else is just better spent on your endgame tool. Now, is that going to stop me? Heck no. You'd best bet we're going to buy this right now. Oh, goodbye turpentine. And goodbye all my tropical drinks. Oh my gosh. Guys, I have 400 tropical drinks. What is this? But we actually have the coconut belt equipped now. Now, as for the new passive, it's pretty cool. Now, this only activates once we drop coconuts on the field, keep in mind. It activates every 40th coconut we actually manage to drop. So let's see, here's one. Yeah, this might take a second, but while I'm going at it, I'll explain a little bit more about the passive. So basically what's going to happen is once the coconut actually drops, it's going to start dropping coconuts all around the field, and every single one you collect makes your coconut combo go up by 1. I was told it goes up to a max of like 50, but it also gets harder the more coconuts that are dropped. So like getting 10x coconut combo is not that hard, but getting 20x is a lot harder. So not gonna lie, getting 50x might actually be a bit of a challenge. But also another good thing about this is it's every 40th coconut that you drop on the field, not every 40th coconut that you catch. So while you may drop a coconut and miss, you don't actually have to catch it in order for it to count for the passive. I've missed like half the coconuts I've dropped in the last minute, and yet I'm still at 25, which is really nice because if it was every 40 coconuts that you catch, this passive ability would probably be a lot less worth it. Now, when it comes to how much honey this can actually make you, we have to look at how good it is compared to the petal belts. It gives 100,000 more capacity, plus 25% more capacity, but the main reason the coconut belt is good is because of the honey from tokens. So if you're a white hive, this is probably one of the most important items for you. For red and blue hives, not so much. Okay, wait, actually, I do take that back because the coconut belt is actually pretty good for blue hives, and this is because of the capacity increase. Not only does it give 100,000 extra capacity, but it also gives 25% extra capacity. And you know, blue hives are all about having infinite backpack space. So this is actually really good for blue hives and will give you a lot of extra honey. As for red hives, I mean, it gives like what, +1 bee attack down there? I mean, that's decent, but it's nothing crazy good. So for red hives, I don't exactly know how crazy of a buff it's gonna be, but it seems we're only 5 coconuts away from activating the combo. And one thing you really want to make sure you're doing before this combo activates is building up your haste, which is why I'm actually going to use an oil right now. It's because the coconuts are actually just going to start dropping, and the more that drop, the tougher it gets to catch. So getting like ×10 coconut combo is not that bad, but getting ×20 is a lot harder. Don't even get me started on ×30 coconut combo. But hey, just one more coconut drop and then we can go. Let's finally see what this passive looks like. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is going to be coconut combo number 1. That was really slow. My gosh. This is going to be number 2. This is going to be number 3. And I think it does activate the coconut haste every single time you collect one of these, which is nice. So if you weren't able to grab enough haste before it started, well, now you can. And for anyone who is wondering if you're going to get these coconuts confused with the other coconuts on the fields, no, you will not, because these are a slightly different shade of green and have a circle in the middle. So that way you don't confuse them for the normal coconuts. All right, we're actually getting 17. Things are getting fast. My gosh. Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 26, 27, 28. My gosh, dude. No, I missed it. Okay, wait, but the buff seems to last for 30 seconds. Oh my gosh. We get almost 40% unique instant conversion. That's literally almost 50% instant conversion. That's like half as good as a festive bean, and we just got it by playing the game normally. We also get about 15% extra pollen for like each of the pollen, 15% bee attack, that's pretty nice, and 15% honey from tokens. Okay, this combo just told us a lot about if it's worth it for you or not. For red hives, I guess it's decent, but seriously, the coconut belt is made for white hives. Like, seriously, if you're a white hive, you get more white pollen, you get more honey from tokens from the boost, and then you get even more honey from tokens when you actually get the coconut combo. We also just get straight up a ton of instant conversion, which is good for all hive colors, no matter what you are. Not to mention, we get even more capacity the more coconuts we catch, which means that yes, it's even better for blue hives. Red hives, I still don't completely know how this coconut belt is supposed to buff the red hives. I mean, is it decent? Yes, but it's not like it gives a ton of like flame pollen or something. It just gives straight 15% red pollen, or at least that's how much it gave me. But it's making me wonder, how good is this actually going to be if you can get times 50? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure getting times 50 coconut combo is supposed to be a nightmare, but it's probably like one of the most overpowered things ever. My guess is that you probably get like 80% instant conversion and up to 50% extra pollen for each color. Not to mention 50% honey from tokens, which makes gummy stars extremely overpowered. But I'm wondering if it's actually worth it to go out of your way in the middle of boost to try and catch all the coconuts. Like, imagine if you're a white hive and you have this super good gummy star and then you just start going around to catch coconuts. You should be trying to build up your gummy ball and gummy star, not trying to catch coconuts. But if you do go for it, then you can get like 50% more honey from tokens when your gummy star actually pops. Sort of a win-lose situation. And yes, we're about to activate the combo again because I really want to showcase it more than just once. I'm just curious how much honey this will actually make me when I boost. Like, sure, it's good, but we haven't actually tested it completely in a white hive boost or in a blue or red hive boost for that matter. So there's no way to completely say for sure if this thing is overpowered. I hope it's worth the honey, but I don't know if it's actually worth the turpentine. I mean, I'm saving for Planner of Plenty right now, and those terps were probably better used on that than the coconut belt. But here we are again, only 5 coconuts away from reactivating this passive. Honestly, Coconut Inspire is actually really good with this buff now, because Coconut Inspire drops 5 coconuts, which is, you know, a lot. So while this passive is pretty good, it's definitely pretty expensive, because, you know, 40 coconuts every single use. All right, here we go. We only got to drop 2 more coconuts. Never mind, I take it back. Here we go. Oh, and it looks like the circle in the middle is actually blue or black, I don't know. All right, times 2, times 3. This is where it's pretty easy. It's definitely gonna get a lot harder though when we get to like, yeah, times 6, times 7. All right, finally we're back up at times 10, and this is where things start getting tough. It might be better to like do this passive in a field where you can see more, because I feel like this passive is actually really tough for, oh, yep, see, I lost it. The field is just so crowded that I could, you know, just barely see what was going on. So it seems like while the passive is good, there are some downsides, like the fact that if you're a blue hive, you are not going to see those coconuts and you are not going to be able to catch them. But hey, look, here's our buffs again, and look at that instant conversion. It's kind of crazy. But while the coconut belt was added, there are like, oh wait, and Tabby Bee blessing as well. Look at that. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Tabby Bee now gives blessing, and same with Puppy Bee, which is really cool. So while the coconut combo buff is nice, it's not the only blessing that was added, because we can also get Puff Shroom blessing, Puppy Bee blessing, and Tabby Bee blessing. Here, wait, let's see if it'll give it to me. Boom, times 4 Puff Shroom blessing. Oh my gosh, it lasts for 3 hours. Oh my gosh, wait, that's overpowered. I mean, it's only at times 4 right now, but is the max like times 100? Because if so, then we can get like an extra 50% honey from tokens. It actually might be good now to start doing Puff Shroom runs before you start boosting, along with stacking up some coconuts and some Tabby love. It seems like the blessing isn't guaranteed every single time you break a coconut. Maybe there's a chance it's only for rare and above. But regardless, these are some really cool new buffs that were added to Bee Swarm. And while I can cover a bit of them in this video, there's honestly so much more I can't. And I'll be posting videos and live streaming so much about this event, especially in the upcoming days. So if you don't want to miss those videos and live streams, honestly, you don't even have to subscribe. Just hit the bells. It's way more effective. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.